Let It Happen is a masterpiece by tame, impala, released on the 17th of July 2015 as a part of his album Currents, which went to hit nearly 420 million listens on Spotify alone. And today, we're going to have a dive into what is Let It Happen. Let It Happen goes on to hit on three strings: lyrics, music, and the story we can tell following the two. Each of them is different and gives a new dimension for us to explore. So, without any more ado, let's begin. Lyrics in Let It Happen can be perceived in two different ways. One, at the bright side of it, exploring themes of change, acceptance, and the passage of time. The lyrics convey a sense of surrendering to the flow of life and allowing things to unfold naturally, even if it means facing uncertainty. The line, "all this running around trying to cover my shadow," suggests the futility of avoiding one's problems and/or insecurities, emphasizing the importance of embracing them instead. But I think that look doesn't fit the narrative very well, as it contradicts with the line that comes after it. "I can hear an alarm, it must be morning," which indicate that he might be having insomnia. And even if you can bend it and say it's just a sign for them being in the new state, and the morning mostly indicates when depicted, I'd say that the next verses will deny you, which in them they say, "If my takeoff fails, make up some other story, but if I never come back, tell my mother I'm sorry." And these are famous words indicating unaliving thoughts. And that is the path I think the song actually follows. Unlike what I thought at first, the theme here isn't change, it is depression. Okay, I get this is more fitting, so back to the beginning again. The song starts with, "It's always around me, all this noise," but not nearly as the voice saying, let it happen, it's gonna feel so good." Depression inside the head of theirs is telling them to let it happen. Let it consume them. Let go of life. You don't need it. But they run around trying to not listen to that voice. But it's getting more and more loud, more powerful, eating off any other feelings. An ocean is growing inside, now all others seem shallow. But it's bearing on their shoulder, all this effort fighting for their life, and suddenly, with insomnia eating them, caused by the fighting, they hear the alarm. It's morning already. They have duties, and they are not rested. I heard about a whirlwind that's coming around. It's gonna carry off all that isn't bound. And when it happens, I won't be holding on. So let it happen, let it happen. They are starting to actually give up. Their mental health is gradually deteriorating because of all of this. And as they say, they won't take their own life, but they won't mind if they die of natural causes. And the next few verses also keeps saying the same, as in, "all this running around, I can't fight much longer. Something is coming out, and it's never been closer." But quickly, lights turn off, and they decide to finally listen to the voice. "If my takeoff fails, make up some other story, but if I never come back, tell my mother I'm sorry." They have reached their limits and are ready to go. And they do it. And then there was silence. Silence for a whole 3 minutes before we hear any other lyrics. And when they finally are back, it's another dialogue stating the following: I cannot vanish. You will not scare me, trying to get through it, trying to push through it. You were not thinking that I will not do it. He would be loving someone and I am another story. Take the next ticket, get the next train and... Starting with the part that wants to survive and is fighting for it. I cannot vanish. You will not scare me. I'm gonna get out of this. Just to find the other part asking it mockingly, did you think I won't do it? Close people will move on with their life to other people. We will be just another story in their books. We are taking it off this time. Train ticket, quote unquote. The survivor one says, why would I do it? Anyone would think that. Then silence again. And the whole conversation is repeated again as if it is a memory closing the dialogue of a dying man. The next lines welcoming us are, baby, I'm ready, moving on. Oh, but maybe I was all along. Oh, I'm ready for the moment and the sound. This verse is repeated for 2 times. At the last of the lyrics is, oh, but maybe I was ready all along. And it's supposedly that the character that we have been with and their loved ones are singing in sync. The character ready to move on them to whatever is after death, and their loved ones to move on with their lives. The thing that depression was indicating would happen when it said they would be loving someone and I'm another story. They're gonna move on after me. Throughout the song, Tame Impala employs seamless transitions between different musical segments. For example, the transition from the opening synth pattern to the first verse is almost impeccable, contributing to the continuous flow of the track. As the song progresses, it moves through various sonic territories, interrogating new sonic melodies, vocal effects, and rhythmic patterns, going through pinches and releases, mimicking the go-to suggestive theme of the fight of depression and man. And the one example to that is the music gap from the 2nd minute to the 5th, as it can be representing the fight for life the character loses at the end of the song as we indicated. And after it ends, there is another small lyrical gap before letting the song reaches a climax with a massive synth solo that is representing losing the will to hold back, breaking all the shackles. The soul is free. The soul is free from this world that tears it. And the music that continues and lyrics coming after indicates the same premise too. It is finally free of all worries. The song's musical structure is unconventional. It's not your traditional verse-chorus verse song, but rather a more free-flowing arrangement that builds and builds to a perfect conclusion. The song's production is also highly innovative, with Tame Impala using a variety of techniques and instruments to create a rich and textured soundscape. And the song is a masterclass in layering and texture development. The track features a wide range of electronic sounds, from swelling synthesizers to glitchy effects. The use of stereo panning creates a sense of movement too, with sounds appearing to shift around the listener's ears. The instrumentation evolves as the song unfolds, introducing new elements and building up to climatic moments. The instrumentation evolves as the song unfolds, introducing new elements and building up to climactic moments. And all this is through various instruments such as drums, guitars, synthesizers, and bass. The drums provide a driving beat, while guitars add distorted edges. The synthesizers create a lush and atmospheric soundscape, and the bass provide the solid foundation for the rest of the instrumentation. And for the conclusion, let's put this all into a form of story. We can name our protagonist as Michael. Michael is suffering from depression that is eating him from the inside out, destroying him and his ability to fight. Totally. And one day, he writes to the ones that he knows, he trusts, to tell them about what he is going to do. And then he proceeds with it. But after doing it, a part of him wants to fight to stay alive. But unfortunately, no such thing is possible, as depression has already won. He claimed another victory, and he claimed him. It was too late. In the funeral, people he considered close didn't feel deeply sad, and after the funeral, all of them almost immediately moved on with their lives. And he's just remained to them as just, like he said, another story.